A lot has changed since the last time I left Kasol. I lost my job. I left Dubai, came back to India, and decided to take up photography as a full-time profession. And I have changed locations from Bangalore and all the way. Now I'm new to Chennai. So I'll be initially exploring Chennai and Tamil Nadu. From Tirunelveli to Bangalore to Tirunelveli again. Now I'm at Chennai. My bike doesn't have the right indicator, so yeah, that thing broke when I was shifting my bike to Bangalore. And I'm back in Tirunelveli again. Let me explain. Are we recording? Yes, we are. Super. All right. So, where do we start? It was the year 2012. I moved to the United Arab Emirates in search of a job, and that was the first time I was away from motorcycles per se. And let's say time away from motorcycles really takes a toll, and I wanted something that would fill that gap. That's where I first came across photography. So I got myself a camera, and since I didn't have models to shoot, I would just walk around the streets doing what's known as street photography. And slowly by slowly I started taking up small events like birthdays, and yeah, whilst everyone would sleep or watch a movie during the weekend or fun Holi. Yeah, so when everyone would just have a good time at the weekend, I would be out there in a birthday party somewhere as a photographer. And yeah, it was back in 2017 that my beloved company fired me. That's the best thing that happened to me in my life. And I had to return to India, basically Tirunelveli. என்னடா பிரச்சனை உனக்கு? So after returning to Tirunelveli, I tried my hand with photography, and let's say I was completely not in sync with what the customer or a fellow photographer would expect from a photographer, basically. And I did everything I could. I couldn't find traction. That was when I moved to Bangalore in around 2018. That was the first time I found some kind of work steadily. I was shooting food for Swiggy. Yes, that was just when the app was getting updated. You just have hotel names instead of right. When you selected something, you only have a list of food and not the photos. So it was people like me who used to basically go up to hotels and click pictures. After that was 2019 when I got to lose my mom. My world kind of changed upside down. everything everything is never the same again. Yeah, and I moved again to Bangalore after attending her rites, and exactly 7 months later my dad passes away. Yeah, what, by the time I'm done with his rites, the pandemic hit. The world wasn't shut down and I was stuck here in Tirunelveli. I didn't have any plan. My only hope was to go to Chennai and somehow succeed, is what I thought. I went to Chennai. It was kind of rough in the beginning because I had zero contacts. I had to somehow make a living. Yes, I don't know how it's gonna work, but it will work. I used to ride as a food delivery agent for 5 days a week, and 2 days I would go around giving cards. And slowly by slowly I started getting orders from other studios. Not my own order, but on behalf of others I used to show up, and that's how I basically learned the practical side of photography. And then earlier this year I tried to move to Bangalore. I was in Bangalore basically for 3 months, and that's when I visited Tirunelveli again. I came back home. I got to see of what's left of my house. The house was closed down for 3 months, so the whole house was a mess, and I never really wanted to leave this place again. So it's basically been 2 months have been completed. I'm here in Tirunelveli, and let's see how it goes. Have I made the right decision? I'm not really sure, but I really hope something good comes out of it. I always wanted to do YouTube on a regular basis, but my mind is not at my best. But then I guess it's never going to be at its best, and I'm gonna do my thing anyways. Like, you won't believe me that it's taken me more than 3 weeks to just get this episode shot. I would prepare everything, and then my mind would just not want to do it. I don't want to do it even today, but I'm doing it anyways. So that's that. Let's see. I wanted to I always wonder, if I can't shoot a video by myself according to plan, how am I gonna coordinate with someone else and work on the series that I have planned for the channel by the name Grease Monkey? Because as far as I know, when you're not that famous, when you're trying to reach out to another biker explaining that, hello, I'm this YouTuber that no one knows of, and I would like to make stories out of different kind of bikers, you often are looked with doubt. Who's calling me? So challenges are on. Let's see how it goes. I think I have that much. That's all I have for today. I'll see you guys on a later one. See you guys. Bye bye. Amma ya ata. you're still here. That's nice. Alright. One of my most received videos on YouTube has been the restoration of my old Max 100. And a lot of people who get into old bikes usually think that, you have to completely take the bike apart and make it brand new basically, and only then can we use the normal beat up bike. Where I totally disagree. I think these bikes have a lot of potential and you can repair it step by step instead of completely blowing all your money out and then figuring out what this bike actually is. So I'm gonna do that with this bike. I would like to slowly and steadily fix issues on this bike until it becomes, at least to what I feel, is perfect. So I'd like you to stay tuned for that.